Hiya, hiya. It's the Joey Reynolds Rap. You know what makes me different than most hosts of radio, television, internet, podcasts? Is that I'm in Florida, it's 90 degrees, and I'm wearing a jacket. This is crazy. But so is the whole world. You know, we had this great holiday, the Cinco de Mayo. They ought to be calling it Cinco de Economy. And it's between Cinco de Mayo and Mother's Day. And mother is half a word in Harlem. But you know, you put those two together, you know, I'm between, I like Jackie Mason, you know, you're putting me over here, it's Mother's Day over there, it's the Cinco de Mayo, what do you want from me? It's just amazing how we are suckered into everything, the advertising of lawyers on TV. You know, like the Morgan and Morgan and Morgan, they say, if we don't win the case, then you won't have to pay us. You are so crazy as a public, as a social networking. Don't you understand that they ought to be paying us because we gave them a lead? That's the way sales works. If an agent comes along and gives you a lead, you get a percentage of it. Morgan and Morgan ought to be paying us, not the TV station to advertise. They should be paying us for the lead. Thank you very much, Mr. Morgan and Morgan and Morgan and Morgan and all of these guys, these lawyers. We graduated too many lawyers. It's the theater of elegance. That's what that is when you put the lawyer in a courtroom. You know, and lawyers become judges, and who wants to be judged? You know, we're supposed to judge not, lest ye be judged. About the ye stuff, I don't know. Who's ye? I'm just crazy about everything because I'm pressed against the wall, you know, and I'm a fighter. They push me against. What is this now? I got the owl's acceptance. Now, just because the dog is, I just gotta tell you, they want me to get this dog. What is this, Shih Tzu? Boy, is that the right name for the dog? Well, don't accept your dog's admiration as a conclusive evidence that you are wonderful. That's not the way it works. But let me say this to you. The most noble dog is the hot dog. Why? Well, I have it here in writing. It says, let's see, where did I have that? I wrote it down somewhere. The most noble dog is hot dog because it bites the hand that feeds it. Is that it? No. Yeah, it's all having fun. That's all we're doing. You know, and making it up as we go. It's all ad-libbing. You know, life is ad-libbed. The presidency's ad-libbed. Do you know that? They don't know what they're going to do. And how do we have a new press secretary every week? What, don't these people have good jobs? I mean, how do they stay there? Now we got a black woman going to be the press secretary. Who is she? Where'd she come from? Not because of her color, but what are we? And we had this tall, lanky guy and the girl before him, and then they become talk show hosts in the morning, like Good Morning America. Who was on that show that was such a big? He was Clinton's press secretary. I don't know how we get into these situations where we have people put in front of us that we didn't know, don't want to know, don't have lunch with, don't get chummy with, can't have any relationship with, and yet they determine our lives. And this abortion thing, you know, Buffalo. First of all, Buffalo had this abortion clinic issue years ago. Do you remember this? And there was a guy that the camera crew came up close to him and he was holding a fetus, and they got a close-up and it was a chicken wing. I mean, you know, that's the truth. Buffalo's just, I'm from Buffalo, why can't I be from normal parents? You know, it's amazing how I have these titles that I live down to. See, I'm just a sucker. And boy, have they made a sucker out of me. They got a Joey Pop. This is a Joey Pop. And you can lick me, and I'll be very happy to be licked. Not by Putin. I think the Cinco de Russia would be the holiday that we want to celebrate. How are we going to get out of this thing? You know, there's all these stories, and everybody has a theory, and they know that where the flu came from Guangdong, from China, that we have not conquered it, but it was the Chinese, and somebody invented it in the lab, and someone else said there was a dead bat, and that's how we got the COVID virus. And all these countries all over the world have been suffering from it. All I know is that it's getting harder and harder to have fun with this society that we have. This is social. It's nobody cares about me. No, I'm the public. Social networking is me. Radio and television. Do they understand that it's social? It means people who live here. It's us, not stockholders. Some are stockholders, but not most of us aren't. There's no privileges for anybody in government that should be above what privileges I have. You know, we have a court system that's ridiculous, a lifetime job as a Supreme Court justice. The only Supreme I like is Diana Ross. That's the Supreme Court. Do you like Baby Love, or did you like what was the song that applies to the abortion? The Diana Ross song of My World is Empty Without You. That's it. That's the baby song. I struggled for that one. You know, you got to understand that I'm a little bit off because I've had a whole lifetime of craziness from people who are crazier than I am. You know, it's all by comparison. You know, you get up in the morning, you compare yourself to someone else, but you ought to compare yourself to yourself. You know, if I get up in the morning and look in the mirror, like Michael Jackson sang that song, you know, the man in the mirror is me. You look in the mirror. But see, the mirror is supposed to be the broadcast community holding a mirror up to the public. But they're not doing that anymore. They hold it up to an advertiser, to an ad agency, to what they call algorithm. I got algo, I got rhythm. What that is what they do is they put the commercials on the air, and if it follows something that you already bought, you're a suspect. And if you have a pattern of a certain something that you participate in, they follow you with a vengeance. And I saw a guy do a commercial in Florida today. He said, I'm Bob, I'll buy your house. You won't buy my house, you idiot. Get out of here, get off my lawn. I mean, a guy on television saying, I'll buy your house, I'll pay cash. What are we doing? What happened to the profession? See, I'm a whore, but I want to be a prostitute. I want to be paid. Where's my sucker? Do I get? Hey, we got to market these suckers, you know, and put the picture of Biden on here, put the picture of Trump, the picture of Putin, and get rid of all these suckers. That's what we need to do. Hey, I take a licking. Thank God that I have plastic on here. It's a Reynolds wrap.